Okay, here is how I put air in my air forks and in my shock on my air suspension Royal Star Venture, or any motorcycle that requires air suspension that you have to put the air in manually instead of with a compressor like the old Ventures had an onboard compressor. So what I've done was I have added an air gauge to my compressor after the shutoff valve. There's the standard valve. There's the standard air gauge. I've got 100 pounds in the tank, but I don't want to put that air chuck on my air fork while I have 100 pounds in there because it will get up to 100 pounds in 1 second. So I put a gauge on after the shutoff valve. Now watch, I'm going to charge the hose by turning the air valve on. Watch the gauge. Okay, I've taken it up to a little over 15 pounds. Okay, that's a little too much air. So what I'm going to do is let some out, and look how quickly you let air out. Watch the gauge. That's just below 15 pounds. Okay, I've let all the air out of the fork. It took 1 second. All right, so what I'm going to do is charge the fork with air by pressing this chuck on. It is, you don't screw it on, you just press it on and you're done. Now watch how quickly this is. This is 1 second. That's it. Now I'll take readings. I'm above 7 pounds. Every time I take a reading, I will be letting air out. Watch the gauge. That was a sloppy one. That's 9. I guarantee it's down below 7 right now because I was sloppy. Oh no, it's just below 9. Look at that, right at 7. That's how I do it, by having a shutoff valve after, a gauge after my shutoff valve to tell me how much air is in my hose. And the fork can only equalize. I could hold that on there for a couple minutes and it will only equalize with the hose. That's the safe way to do it. Now, I've been told by people that there are air pumps that you can screw on there and manually pump them up like a bicycle pump, and it will tell you how much air is in there with a gauge, and you can actually get it off of that valve without losing air. And that's a neat trick if they figured out how to do that. But anyway, I don't have one of them, and I don't need one because I do it this way. I've been doing it this way for a long time. So that's how I do it. See you there.